Hello everybody, my name is David. Thank you for joining me today. This is my question and answer video that I do every single Monday, and this is part 2. If you missed part 1, please go back and watch it. Thank you very much. I'm a life coach. I help people heal and recover and grow from trauma of all kinds. I recommended some things in part 1, stuff like this, and I also asked how you guys are doing throughout this. Feel free to tell me. Let me know how things are going for you guys during this time. I know people watching right now from all over the world. We're all in this together, and things are happening in different places, different times. So just why don't you just get it out and express how this is all making you feel, this whole quarantine. So let's get started with the questions for part 2. Lots of good ones. First one is from Betsy in Mexico. Hola, Betsy. These days I've been thinking about what I last said to my daughter's narcissistic father, now I think is a sociopath too. Well, he never worked and his dead parents left him some money, which only lasted about 1.5 years. Of course, it was a lie. So he said he wouldn't be able to help for your daughter's expenses. It was an on and off situation for almost 17 years. He never really paid anything regularly because he liked to disappear for months. Sorry. No apology without the money, vice versa. So I kind of lost what you're saying there. Sorry. Next October, she will be 18, and I am almost sure he will find a way to show up. Is it normal to be worried? Well, who cares what's normal? It's how you feel. Worry doesn't serve you, though. You don't need to worry. You can do something about it. There's usually something you can do about things like this. I know you will say you don't know him and won't know what he will do. Still, I wanted to share with someone since this quarantine. I kind of feel lonely. Gracias, David. And thank you, and I'm very sorry for how you're feeling. I hope you can get some company, talk to people about this stuff, get some help even. You need help. You have children involved. Is it normal to be worried? Well, feelings are the way they are. What are you going to do about it? They're not good or bad. They're not, normal. Who cares what somebody else feels? It's not you. That's you. Who cares what somebody how you should feel? You feel this way. That's the way it is. You're worrying. So what can you do? Prepare yourself. Get a lawyer to write him a letter, say you can't come. Get the police involved. Get an order that says you can't come. Tell him. Have somebody else tell him you better not come. Have it somewhere. Is there somewhere you can do it where he won't know where it is? Can you pay security, someone to be there and say you don't come in here? I don't know. But maybe there isn't anything you can do. Maybe your child wants him there. That's important too. Child wants him there. What are you going to do? You kind of have to let him. Tough situation. Maybe you don't have to be there too. Maybe you could be there just for a little while. Maybe you can have some support with you and go through what's going to happen if he's there. You don't do anything. Go through all of it. The what ifs, and this is what I'll do. What if he comes up and says to me something? And just go down all the possibilities and know how you're going to act. So when you get all this emotionally charged, right? You don't do something different. You stick to the plan. That's usually the best way to handle things like this. I'm sorry. And I know you're just venting and stuff, and your feelings are normal, okay? Whatever they are. You pay attention to them and you accept them and you try to do what you can to make yourself feel better. You don't have a whole bunch of control over him, but maybe there are some things you can do, like I brought up. Good luck. I'm sorry I couldn't help you more. Ariana from California, hello. The narc reached out to me on a different number on my birthday, but I didn't respond. Well, happy birthday. Shortly after I learned from someone else that he and the new supply are pregnant. Can you remind me that I'm better off? I left him cold turkey for many unhealthy reasons, but I just need some words of wisdom. I thought I was strong until I was triggered by this. I've been a mess. I don't know what to do. You are strong. Okay? You could do all kinds of weird, bad, unhealthy stuff, but you're not. You're strong. Okay? Tell somebody else that you know. Talk about it and connect with them. Maybe you need to write down these things. You said, can I remind you that I'm better off? Why don't you remind yourself and start journaling? And you can do just one-liners, man. You know? He lied to me this time. He lied to me that time. He lied to me on his birthday. He lied to me for Thanksgiving. He lied to me about his age. He lied to me about this. He hurts me this way. He hurts me that way. He hurts me this way. He's always negative. He's always abusive. He's always, make that list huge. And as you write it down, you're reminding yourself, aren't you? Because we tend to forget about things that aren't right in front of us, right? So I don't know what he did to you. You do. So I can't really tell you you're better off, can I? Right? And who am I to tell you? I don't know. I don't know either of you. Why don't you remind yourself and have everything right in front of you so we don't forget? Okay? I'm sorry. Happy birthday. I'm sure you had a better birthday than you usually do with him. Thank you. Darnell from Illinois. Hello, Darnell. Do you think narcissists took romance out of relationships? Meaning in the past, the beginning phases when a person you date spoils you with gifts and kind gestures, it was considered a good thing. But now it could be a love bomb phase. How can we tell between when a person does this because they are kind and caring or they are doing it to set us up? Darnell from Illinois. And sorry for the long question. That's one of the shortest questions I get. Thank you. Romance, right? Did they take romance out of relationships because they were just so nice and generous in the beginning? Well, guess what the difference is? In the beginning, they don't know you. In the beginning, we don't know each other in relationships. When we first get to know people, that's just what you're doing. You're getting to know people, and that takes an awfully long time. Awfully long time. If you married a narcissist, you didn't take long enough. If you had their child, because you had unprotected sex with them, you didn't take long enough to get to know them. You jumped right in the bed with them. So they just met you, they don't know you, and they're giving you all kinds of gifts and so nice and you're so amazing, but they don't know who you are yet. What does that say? That they're filling a void. They have this idealized mate and they're saying that that's who you are and they're putting you up on a pedestal, and good luck because you're going to fall off that pedestal soon. Now, romance. You can only be romantic with somebody that you know, that you're getting to know well. And the more you know them, the more you can be romantic. They don't care who you are. They don't give a crap. They don't know who you are. They don't know who their own self is. And they don't care. They don't care who you are. You're objectified. You're there for a reason. You have a job to do and a role to fill. Okay? And they'll let you know soon what that is. They're putting you in it right away. And they want to sit there and do all these nice things for you. And guess what? When you fall off that stool, that pedestal, they expect you to do that for them. And they think they're so great and they did it so much for you that when you try to do it for them, it's never enough. So romance is things like, I remember my wife 9 months ago, we were walking by a shop and she saw some cool little, I always use this, I don't know, but she saw a neat little trinket in the window and she said, I really like that. And she wasn't even sure if you heard her. 9 months later for Mother's Day, because you love the mother that she is to your children, and you give her this. Here, honey, I remember you said that you like this. And she's like, oh my God, he remembers. Narcissists that don't know who you are and don't care who you are and don't care how you feel, what you need, what you want, what you're thinking, how you feel, they don't do stuff like that. And it takes to get to know somebody. And the other thing is you hear people saying, oh, I don't know what to give them. I don't know what to give them. I don't know what to give them for presents and stuff. If you don't know what to give somebody as a present, you can't think of a single present to give someone, you don't know them. You know why narcissists don't give you presents? They don't know you. They don't know what to give you. Or they know that you like, they know that you like parrots, and then they give you a penguin, stuffed penguin. You know what I mean? They don't remember. Why do they remember? Doesn't matter. Don't care. Don't know you. Not romantic. Romance, you need to know people. You care about who people are inside. You care about how they feel. They don't. That's why they say they love you in a month. I want to get married. You're the best. You're amazing. Oh, here's all the nice things I'm going to do for you. You're just incredible. And they don't know you. And we make that mistake too. I hope that helps, Darnell. Thanks for asking. If it doesn't, please keep asking me always. Next question is from Steve in Toms River, New Jersey. What are you doing in Toms River? Get out of Toms River. I wanted to ask you if you think it's okay to still be close to my ex-abuser's one and only friend. We all spend a lot, so your ex-abuser's friend that they have, is it okay to be friends with them? It's okay to do whatever you want. It's not up to me, right? We all spent a lot of time together when I was with the narc. I knew her husband years ago, and we all reconnected when I got with the narc. Her 2 small kids love me, and we stay in contact a lot. Her friend told me a lot of stuff that she was saying, lie, smear, but her friend told me she didn't entirely believe her. I told her friend what really went on, and she said she wasn't entirely believe her. I told her friend what really went on. She knows she knows how she is being. She had a dozen or so failed relationships. She told me no matter what, she will be her friend, but she also told me that she doesn't feel she knows her anymore. She told me that my narc asked her to come meet the new supply, but she declined. Her friend told me she's tired of meeting them, getting close, liking them, and she discards them. I don't know how true it is or she's being 100% with me, but she told me that she cares about both of us, and she says she will always be my friend and welcomed into her home. I think she does believe me because the narc is proving all of us right about how unstable she is. Since the discard 7 months ago, I got a raise at work, brand new truck, I got my home apartment, I started working out again and feel like I am in the best shape in the last 10 years. My narc quit her job. My narc quit her job and has done nothing but run off with a guy who is 60 and has a buttload of money. Sorry for this being so long. I just wanted to say it so you can better understand. Thank you, David. Your video saved my life. Well, thank you for telling me. Thank you. I can't tell you what to do or what you should do. No one can. If you want some guidance, go by your feelings and how does it feel when you're around that friend? Does that friend make you feel bad? You know, we can't judge, okay? And people aren't good or bad. People that have toxic, disordered friends are not healthy. I don't care what anybody says. I challenge anybody that says, oh, I'm really healthy and my best friend's a narcissist. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not doing anybody a service. You're not heroic. You're not donating anything. You have people in your life that are narcissistic, don't reciprocate, maybe abuse you, right? So why would we can't have people like that in our lives? But that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not judging this person either, but I can see she's very confused, isn't she? And she says she hates when her friend does this. She hates to get to know men and then gets attached and they leave. And it's always a new guy. So why is she doing it? If she doesn't like it, why would she do it? Not really clear defined self and who she is, right? That's what I see. But go by how you feel. No judgment. Just healthy or unhealthy. You need healthy people around you right now. And I wouldn't really want many links to my abuser. You know what I mean? I don't care if my abuser has, parents are really nice to me. Goodbye. You know what I mean? Do what you want. But how do you really benefit? Weigh it out, right? It's taking inventory, stock, and things like this in your relationships with people, and you should. Okay, I can't answer that for you, but if it feels bad, I wouldn't do it. Or take some time. You don't have to do it now. Hey, right now you stress me out. You cause me anxiety because when I talk to you and I hear you and I hang around with you, stuff like this, it reminds me of my ex and it causes me anxiety. I'm going to take a little break right now, recollect and on my own and grow, and then I'll contact you later if that's okay. That would be my recommendation. How's that? Good luck. Thanks. Janet from Philly. Hello, Janet. I was wondering if you could do a video on how certain different child abuse can make you into certain cluster B disorders. Like if a child just endure physical abuse, or they more prone to be, for example, a narc rather than borderline. Yeah, that's interesting, huh? I don't know if I'm going to do a whole separate video on it, but I can just go down real quick here, right? So let's just do the cluster B, right? Antisocial, narcissist, borderline, histrionic. Okay, so borderline and histrionic are very, very similar. A lot of top psychiatrists, psychologists, doctors say they're the same thing and it needs to be revised, and they're the same thing. These are trauma disorders. These are reaction to trauma, and it becomes a disorder, and it becomes who they are. Borderlines and histrionics will find their identity through their trauma. That's who they are, right? That's why they never heal. That makes sense? So none of us here are a product of what happened to us. Hopefully, we're a product of what we choose to do with it. Okay? Borderlines and histrionics, are a product of their trauma. That's it. That's who they are. Okay? Lost a sense of self. So histrionic and borderline are both horribly neglected. Horribly. And typically have been physically or sexually abused, or both in childhood. Okay, that's just the real typical borderline histrionic. And the borderline, if I had to say, the histrionic would be more sexual. The histrionic, and here's one major difference. The histrionic learn to get what he or she wants by their body. Okay, everything's about their body, and so they will dress provocatively to get attention. They'll have sex. They'll be very, very hypersexual. They will wear red to a funeral, white to someone else's wedding. You know, I mean, just anything for attention. And then the histrionic is reeled into false Munchausen, like always I need help and I'm the victim and all this. I hope that makes sense. It's borderline hysterical are very similar, but the histrionic is hysterical, more hysterical. That's where it got its term. Okay, and then now take a narcissist. That's two. Now you take a narcissist. Generally, there's nothing we can pinpoint it specifically. So generally, it's just inappropriate parenting. And what's real obvious, and not always this element, but almost always, it's just a real, they feel special and unique more than anyone else, and they get addicted to that. They get addicted to feeling unique and special and having that attention all the time, okay? And not being held responsible or accountable for their actions or behaviors, okay? Spoiled, only child. The parents say, you're so amazing, but it's only focused on egotistical physical things. You're so good looking, you're so strong, you're so smart. Not you're so caring, so loving and kind. You see that? It's just all external ego. And then now we get into antisocial personality disorder, right? That's your sociopath, psychopath. Now what these are narcissists, right? And they're taught to be a bad person by another bad person. Now, I know I don't like to use good and bad, but you know what I mean. So you'll have the mother that teaches the child to steal all the time. You'll have the father that will, take the son with him to a strip bar and force them to sit in the car while they're out in the strip bar all night, and then maybe get a prostitute and have sex with a prostitute in front of them. Get the son's first sexual experience as the father getting a prostitute for them and stuff like this. And so the child at some point, the child no longer believes there's any nice or kindness or good left in the world, and that they are totally shamed. They're the narcissist that's totally shamed, and they're a bad person, right? But so is everybody else. The whole world is bad. And that's the sociopath and psychopath. But the sociopath is made that way. Psychopath is born and triggered. So psychopaths are born quite often. There's a lot of psychopaths out there and nobody knows. They aren't aware because they haven't been triggered. But they are oftenly triggered because psychopaths happen to be, a lot of times, most often, in unstable, abusive families. So the psychopath is born and then abused and then is triggered into the real psychopath. A lot of times that trigger doesn't happen and they don't become full-fledged psychopaths. They have the brain, but not the behaviors, not the abuse. I hope I helped Janet and other people. I hope I didn't make it more confusing. Keep asking though. I love talking about stuff like that. Thank you. And next one is from the Blonde Artiste from California. Can you talk about survivor guilt from running away from abusive families? Long story short, I've recently reunited with my brother who also ran away when I was very young, and I've caught ourselves doing the "if only I did" statements. Thanks in advance. Yes, sad situation, and I encourage it 100%. The whole divorce my family, or at least divorce my parents movement. I'm not encouraging everyone. What I don't like is, no, what makes up who we are, right? Genetics, the way we were raised, and our culture. Okay, so here's our genetics, our family, right? And our culture says you always be there for your family no matter what, and the blood's thicker than water and all this other BS crap. Somebody else, my friend Joni, said blood's stickier than water. I like that one. Sticky family stuff keeps you stuck there. Right? And then how you're raised. And that's the important part. How you're raised. Your parents could be totally codependent, totally use you as an extension of themselves, don't form any autonomy with you, right? And they use you as an emotional kicking post or just an emotional, dependent post to be there for me all the time. And so you can't be there. You can't. I mean, I have so many clients where the parents won't even let them leave the house. They do everything they can. You can't work. No, you don't need to work. Don't work. No, you can't go to school. No education. No, you don't need your own stuff. You don't need no relationships with anybody. Just stay here, sit here. So we have guilt. We have guilt. We are told that we owe our family, and that and they just always have you focused on them. You might have been parentified, right? Where now it's like you're not just giving up on your parents, it's like you're giving up on your children. You see how helpless and hopeless they are and how sick they are and they can't do things for themselves? Now what are they going to do? And they're going to get old and they can't take care of themselves. I don't know, but you show me the contract I signed before I came here, where I promise, and you can get as spiritual as you want and say, oh, no, we choose our own path and all that. Well, that's great. That's great. I didn't choose to take care of my parents and take their crap for the rest of my life. No. And I left when I was 17, thank God. Thank God. Because my brother didn't, and he's hurting bad. Still being abused and used, and he's just, oh my God. So, guilt, celebrate. And when you're a narcissistic parents, if your parents are narcissistic, right, then you feel guilty for anything you do for yourself. You can't have a self. I'm sorry you feel this way, but I hope that soon it starts to feel a whole lot better. Talk and come to terms with it. I'm glad you found your brother. Thank you. Whitney from South Carolina. Hello, Whitney. Your videos have really helped me see the importance of healing and emotional intelligence. I was in a relationship with a narcissist, and unfortunately, I've healed from that. No. And fortunately, I've healed from that. Although now I'm struggling with something else, I went to a therapist and realized growing up, my emotional needs weren't met or recognized. My family and I rarely speak, and I grew up never learning healthy relationship styles. I have 2 children, a 14-year-old and an old daughter, and a 10-year-old son. I want them to grow up to be autonomous, yet not feel unloved and alone like I did. At the same time, I sometimes feel too overbearing and strict, controlling, like a narcissist. I think it's from fear of not wanting my kids and I to have the kind of relationship I do with my family. I'm trying to find a middle ground so that doesn't happen, but it's hard to teach your kids emotional intelligence when I'm learning only now at 32. Do you have any suggestions on teaching emotions while learning them yourself? And I just want to say, good for you. Good for you for wanting to do this, for putting yourself out there, for asking for help. It's so commendable. It's so nice to see amongst all the neglect and abuse from parents and families that I see. It's so nice to see that you care. Good for you. And you know what? That's the biggest part of it right there. It really is. Because I get a lot of clients that have a lot of neglectful, abusive parents, and they don't try. They don't care. How hard is it for what you're doing? Read a book or something, right? So I recommended a book for you that's supposed to be pretty good. It sounds really good. Somebody I respect their opinion really likes it. They said it really helped them navigate parenting very well. So I put that in part 1. So go back there if you can, please. Anybody who's interested, and follow that link to Amazon. It's like $7.99 for an audio, but pretty good. It's on sale right now. So, and I'm going to make a separate video for this for tomorrow. It deserves it. I get asked so many times, and I haven't liked to touch it. And it's not just that I don't have children myself. That's not the hard part. The hard part is I don't like to tell people what to do, especially parents. Especially. No judgment. No, you should, you shouldn't. Make your mistakes. And that's just, really good advice right there, guys. If you're a parent, make mistakes. Learn how to be a best parent by making mistakes and apologizing. Children understand this. Okay? I'll make a separate video about this tomorrow. I hope you like it, and thank you very much. And that's it for all the Q&As today, this week. Please tell us your locations. Please ask questions. And please subscribe to my channel and vote yes or no, or like, thumbs up, thumbs down. Comment down below. Tell us where you're from. Ask questions. Share this at places, please. I appreciate all of you. All of you love yourself first, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.